Hello everybody, I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night, and let's get started. So please forgive me in advance, I had a big research here, a lot of things, but by mistake I shut down the tab and I lost everything, almost everything. So I'm not going to have time to put all the results, together. So I picked some that were easy to find, and then we will move from here. But all the keywords I'm going to show you guys in the chart, okay, in the research itself. So if you want to do the research by yourself, you will have all the necessary keywords to do it, okay? So I want to start. You guys remember this, right? The HR 9157. So we already talked about this back in the day and also not long ago. And we are going to talk about some facts and nothing else. Okay. So by the end, I'm going to share my opinion based on all of this. Okay. So just a second. Okay. And we are going to do this step by step. So this bill was, if I'm not, yeah, it's a bill, was introduced back in 2022. And since then, we had no news about it, nothing, zero. Okay. And then I was thinking about, so if this is going to come back, just a second, trying to adjust my mic. So if this is going to happen, it would probably having some traction already, and things would be happening one way or the other, right? But there is something very, very interesting here in the stablecoin bill itself. So folks, just give me a second. I'm trying to adjust my microphone here. I had a problem and had to do all of it again. Okay. There is something in this bill. There is nothing new whatsoever. Nothing, exactly nothing. And there is one thing here. There is something that we must expect from a stablecoin, which is it has to be redeemable, right? So it's nothing special. But if we pick the word redeemable and compare with the gold standard, it has to be redeemable, 100% of it. Okay? So the key thing here is, so this is my opinion based on all of this, that the stable coins being, regulated, uh, how can I say, according to the law, right? So you can have your stable coins and then redeem for US dollars. Okay, so that's the purpose. Having this working, I truly believe that the gold standard, it is not going to be necessary. And if this is right, we are not going to have a gold standard ever again. So I'm not sure if you guys remember if you ever did a research on this, but back in the day, the gold standard collapsed by multiple reasons. And one of these reasons, was the monetary expansion, which is necessary for growth. So until we have fiat currencies, there will be monetary expansion. And this is only going to change in the near future when we are going to have currencies paired one to one, right? So we talked about this, but once again, this is important. So the dollar, the euro, the pound, the yen, all of them are going to be one to one. And this, a lot of, probably all of us already heard about it, which is the level playing field, right? But they never talk about the rules. They only say it is going to be fair to everybody. Uh, Also, another thing that is a consequence of this, just a second, folks, I have to adjust the mic here. I always run some tests, but I can get all of it on the test. So another big impact that we are going to see is that the forex market, the currencies, will be gone because there will be no difference among currencies. So we are not going to be able to trade. Okay. All this being said, I believe this is the key, not for the new financial system, but the short-term fix, because we have two gears that keep working, right? And how to make a change without stopping both gears. So this is the point, and this is where I believe we are heading to. Uh, they are creating a mechanism, if we can say, that are going to prepare all the markets and the new economy for this change that is to come. Okay, so this is just a brief introduction, and now we are going to jump into some very, very interesting things, because again, what we want facts, not opinions. And right now, you guys are know better. There's a lot of noise, a lot of noise. People, one day they are bearish, the other they are bullish. One day they know what to do, the other they don't know. It's a complete mess. So this is why I chose to not read the news or Twitter. Uh, so right now I have no access to Twitter because democracy is at full steam here right now. So what a fraud. Okay, so this is one thing. Okay, now, so again, we are going to see all this in the chart, but just for you guys to have an idea, Volante, it's nothing new. Okay, and they have some big connections with Ripple. Okay, so the US Faster Payments Council was created after, a few years after, the Fast Payments Task Force was created. I don't know why they changed the name, but that's what we have today. And all of these sectors that are being part of this integration to make the change, of course, they are all together, all connected, but Ripple is a part of, let's say, a member or part of all of them, all of them. Okay, so where it is there? Oh, it's here. Just a second. Okay, so right here. So the Volante integration, so with banks and Ripple, so we have three parties, right? Banks, Volante, and Ripple itself. So this is nothing new. You guys saw this before, okay? But the question here is, we do know that the Fed now is working with Volante, and it's public. We can find everything, but we can't find all the news, all the things, or let's say the facts, or more information about Ripple on it. Okay, or let's say not straight from the horse mouth. So putting all this together, all this, so if you do a deep research here, you are going to find Ripple all over, and not only here, ISO 222, you know, it's all over the place. Okay, so the feeling is that it is everywhere, and at the same time, it's anywhere. That's the feeling, because long ago we talked about this on how Ripple solution was created for the industry and not for the retail client or market. Okay, and this I truly trust 100%. Okay, so now let's go into the events and the facts here. And after reading all this, I'm going to draw my conclusion and share with you guys. But what I want here is that you guys do your own research, that you be the judge of your thoughts and whatever you want to do. Okay. Okay, so back in 2004, ISO 222 was created. Volante was created in 2001, right after the dot-com bubble. Okay. Then in 2015, Volpay Hub and repo integration. If you read in the site that there are some mentions to repo, but just pay attention on how you read, especially if English is not your native language, because there are some mentions that I truly believe it's about a ripple effect. Okay, so not about repo itself, but repo is there as well. Okay, so the connection working together. So at this point, I don't know who owns Volpe, Volante. Sorry, I don't know, couldn't find, but maybe you guys will be able to find out. Okay, so 2015. Then we had the Faster Payments Council, which so the FPTF, the Fast Payments Task Force, was created way before. If I'm not wrong, I don't remember exactly, was 2008. Okay, and then in 18 it changed to the Faster Payments Council, which Ripple is part of. Okay, I don't know if Ripple was part of the FPTF back in the day. Okay, probably it's important information to have. September 2018, ODL was launched. I remember this like yesterday. I was trading and I remember all the news, everything. So have in mind the ODL launch and the liquidity hub right here. Please forgive me, folks. I had an awful night, slept only a few hours. Please forgive me. So, ODL launch, the lawsuit, and the liquidity hub. The news that we have for the public is, so the public information, that XRP can be part of the liquidity hub because Ripple is a counterparty. There is a problem here because XRP can be part today of the liquidity hub because of the lawsuit. Okay, so this is a fact. The other fact is we don't know after the trial ends if XRP will somehow be used into the liquidity hub. Okay, so I'm not trying to make price predictions or XRP will be used, price it will be X, Y, Z. No, that's not the point. I'm only sharing with you guys the intel and the information. If it is going to be truly used or not, that's it. Okay, because we have to do this one step at a time. There is so many information that we can get lost all the way and then start to talk about one thing that is not, not even worth it. Okay, so ODL uses XRP even today. And a few days ago, people were saying, "Oh, some millions of coins left Chris Larsen wallet, but it's probably to be used for ODL." One way or the other, doesn't matter. It's being used on ODL at a small scale, if I'm not wrong. But this, folks, if I'm not wrong, was the first time that XRP was used to the exchange for dollars to let's say to euros or to British pounds or to Japanese yen. If I'm not wrong, it was the first time. So then, if you guys can see, it's right in between from ODL and the liquidity hub integration that we have the lawsuit. So it's almost 5 years. 5 years. Probably, and in my opinion, and it is fair to say that all these 5 years, it's probably being used as a test for this XRP purpose on the ODL. Okay. Then we had the lawsuit, a big void. Right after the liquidity hub was created, the FedNow was introduced, or let's say created. Okay. It is also true that similar tools as the FedNow, it's also working in other countries. So for example, here we have a tool that's been working for a few years. There is like the FedNow. Okay, so the FedNow in itself is nothing new, coming to faster payments, real-time payments and so on. Here in April, we have the stablecoin bill when it was introduced. Now things start to get very, very interesting. We are going to the conclusion phase. I don't know if you guys can see, but all these events, a lot of them are happening very, very close one of the other. It's very, very tight. And maybe the reason is, so we will get there just a second. So the stablecoin bill, right after we had the let's say the trial was over and Ripple had to make the payment, but they didn't because the SEC still called appeal. So Ripple not only trusts the SEC but also put them to the hall of shame, okay, which a U.S. institution that cannot be trusted. Now, who indicated, or let's say who was the nominee for the SEC head? Mr. Gary Gensler or Mr. Burns, which was appointed by Joe Biden, the Democrats, right? And so, right after, we had the first time that Ripple stablecoin was minted for a test and then burned right after. Pay attention. So, right after, in sequence, we had the Fed pivot, the SEC hearing on the Senate a few days ago, and now on October 7, we have the deadline on the SEC is going to appeal or not going to appeal. And the last event, the election in November. Based on all these last events here, what we have, from a sudden, out of the blue, Miss Kamala Harris is now pro-crypto. She wasn't 40 years ago, said nothing about it, probably had no intel, knew nothing about it, didn't care to learn anything about it. But right now, she's all over the place. Crypto, we are going to do this, introduce this and that. And here's the thing. Mr. Gary Gensler, I truly believe that at this point, he can't say yes or no to anything. And this came straight from his mouth. If I'm not wrong, was on CNN or CNBC, I don't remember. He mentioned elections, which we all are aware about. But if Miss Harris, it is not a if, it is true, it's a fact. So Miss Harris is bullish on crypto. She wants to do things now on crypto. Mr. Gary Gensler can do anything right now if she is pro crypto. So do you understand what is happening here? So if Gensler appeal, the SEC appeal, then Kamala Harris will be in trouble because there will be 1 month to elections. And so this is going to be thrown into their face. So imagine So, Miss Harris, how do you say you are pro-crypto if Gary Gensler appointed by Mr. Joe Biden and the Democrats are working against the whole crypto sector? So, do you guys see the problem? So, in my humble opinion, so this is my opinion because I don't know the future, okay? Not when things are out of our hands. They are not going to do anything. It is going to be a big win, and then they can capitalize on this event, okay? Then comes the election. We don't know the outcome yet. And then, okay, let's do, let's regulate stablecoins and crypto, bam, 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 and then boom, 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 things start to happen. So this is my conclusion, folks, that they are not going to appeal. My conclusion, my opinion. Of course, I can be wrong, and there is no problem with that, right? We are trying to put together a lot of information that we have only small pieces, right? But this idea makes sense, makes complete sense. Um, and imagine again the SEC phase. They lost, they got exposed. Miss the crypto lady, what was Hester Pierce, if not wrong. She said, "We were wrong before the trial because we knew it wasn't a security, but we went there. There's the lawsuit, and now it's all over the place. They were wrong. They knew they were wrong, and they are wrong again because XRP was deemed not a security. Everybody knew it before." And also they got exposed because there is something else, which is there is no such a thing as a crypto security. It is all a invention from their heads, their minds, to slow the whole crypto market and to create problems. Now imagine being wrong, shame all of it, now paying $25 million to appeal before elections on something that his party wants to be working with. That doesn't make any sense, right? So again, in my opinion, they're not going to appeal. So this is my 2 cents about it. And after the elections, things are probably going to go wild, way, way wild. So whatever is going to be Trump or Harris, rates will keep going down, and the market, it's loving it, will enjoy even more. And probably the stablecoin bill, and maybe right after a regulation, even if it is just small, just a first step for the things to happen. Why? The most important reason above everything else. Two things. The first thing is how the government it is going to capitalize on this by collecting taxes. When they collect taxes, a lot. When things are going up, people are making profits, the government will make profits as well. If there is no regulation, no bill, nothing, there will be a lack of clarity, which creates problem, which holds money. So all of this, step by step, one after the other, it is highly likely that after October 7, we will have a much and way better idea on how the next steps will be developed, the stablecoin bill and even a small regulation, and then everything will be crystal clear. Okay. Also, we can't forget that on October 1st, it's the beginning of the fiscal year 25 in the United States, which a lot of capital will be released. A lot. Okay. So this is not something new or anybody is making this up. No, it is just a fact, folks. It is how it works. Okay. And yeah, so I believe this is it. I decided to put all this together because sometimes people use this information, that information, here, there, things isolated. Okay. And I was thinking about this with if we can see all of it, we probably can make a better sense of the whole thing. Okay, so again, I have to bring a opinion, a conclusion. I have to, and at this moment, this is my opinion. If something changes, which I think we are not going to see any change at all, I will come and explain to you guys why I changed it, but it's unlikely. Okay, we are dealing with macro events in a macro scale, a lot of fears, and yeah. So yeah, that's it for now, folks. And soon I will record a video on the recent activity in the market behavior. And yeah, so just one more thing. This last move on XRP, I don't, I, it's probably the PP, the price protection, going up before some downside. Uh, so today is 28. So we still have a few more days before October 1st. So it's probably this. We go down just a little bit, then October 1st, and then things will start to get warm again. Okay, so this is my 2 cents, my conclusion for now. And yeah, so folks, I hope that you guys like this video. Maybe this can bring you some light, it help you somehow. Um, and yeah, because maybe this can bring some clarity, because right now that's what we need, some clarity. Okay, so folks, just a second, let me see if I can share this with you guys right now. Just a moment. Okay, so I created a Champions Club on Patreon. Yeah, so for two reasons. First, some people wanted to share, not to share, to join the Champions Club, but we never had a option for credit card payments when people can pay in multiple steps. And this was something that I should have find a solution years ago, right? But you know, you guys know life is being rough, had a lot of problems, wasn't easy. So, but now it is possible, okay? And if I'm not wrong, is right here. Okay, so that's the Champions Club lifetime membership, which you guys can join from here as well. And also another thing is, usually there is a lot of questions about specific assets on YouTube, on the comments. And sometimes I can explain only with words. There's no problem. But sometimes I need a chart and my conclusion in the chart to explain about it. And I can do that on YouTube because I can share a chart. Okay. But here on Patreon, it seems that I can do this. Okay. So by DM or whatever, or just by the signatures. And so I created three here just for people to have different options. So insights on specific assets, insights on long-term strategies, and insights in risk management. Okay, so I would love and appreciate if you guys can come here, drop a like, drop some comments, share with others. Sharing, folks, it's very important. When you participate, leave a like, a comment, and you share. It helps the channel to be, let's say, better appreciated by the logarithm, and then more people will see it, and more people can watch all these videos, all the analysis, and and have a better idea on the things that we've been working here, right? So the analysis, strategy, long term, 2025, the next crisis, all of it, and all of it is for everybody for free, right? Everything here on YouTube. Okay, so I will be sharing some things here as well, so on YouTube and on Patreon. So I will really appreciate it if you guys can help me here. Okay, so again, drop a like, comment, share, participate. and you guys will help me a lot. Okay, so guys, for now this is it. Again, I really hope you guys enjoy, that this may help you somehow, some way, that can bring some light, putting things together, or just by you guys being able to have a start point for our research to get things down the funnel. And yeah, because at this point, what we want is facts, a background, solid background for us to keep going and being able to make a better conclusion of all those things. Because right now there's a lot of craziness, right? So yeah, so folks, thanks again. I will see you guys soon, and see ya.